favorite team playing under the lights. It's a family fun tradition, it's a summer fling, to catch a rising star and to stand and sing. Paw Sox baseball, where dreams begin. Paw Sox baseball, and I am young again. Stretching days when they extend right into autumn, cause I hope they never end. I'd watch them year round if you wanna know the truth, but I while away the winter reading back to days of Ruth. Scout them, see them, maybe headed to the hall. I can say I knew it when before they got the call. Paw Sox baseball, where dreams begin. Paw Sox baseball, and we are young again. We are one team, we have one mission, caring for our kids while preserving our tradition. All our lives we've looked forward to the spring, the crack of the bat, the whoosh of the swing, warmth of summer, golden twilight. My favorite team never gives up the fight. It's a fun tradition, it's more than a fling, to catch a rising star and to win a ring. Paw Sox baseball, where dreams come true. Paw Sox baseball, and someday they will come true for you. Believe in dreams and you will find they come true for you. Paw Sox baseball.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Virtual City Field for Game 3 of this International E-League series, where tonight, instead of the AAA affiliates, it'll be up to the parent clubs to finish it off. Boston Red Sox take on the New York Mets in the rubber match of this three-game series. Alongside Josh Maurer, Mike Antonellis, I'm Jim Kane. Great to have you with us once again here on this Thursday night as we get set for first pitch between the Red Sox and the Mets. Look at the Yingling starting lineups, and Josh Maurer, I'll start with you. An interesting twist here to finish off this E-League series, and with the Red Sox, the three-hole, a guy who Pawtucket fans are very familiar with, it's Xander Bogaerts.
Yeah, Bogey coming off of a career season. We remember that he was probably the most important offensive player in 2019 for Boston, and that included a lineup that had Mookie Betts in it still. So Bogaerts is coming off of an excellent year, and they're counting on him if and when they play Major League Baseball here in 2020 to really be the leader, the spearhead guy for the offense that still does include other guys like the man you see hitting below him tonight in JD Martinez. But it's interesting here in our International E-League that we're going to see Major League teams playing tonight.
Certainly will be, Josh, and Cantonellis, as we look over at the New York Mets starting lineup. Marisnik in that leadoff spot, but you've got a couple of stars there. Pete Alonso, the reigning Rookie of the Year in the National League, but it'll be a tough task for this Red Sox lineup with Jacob deGrom getting the baseball.
Yeah, deGrom throws everything fast. I mean, his sinker, his changeup, everything, off that fastball is in the mid-90s. So they're going to have to get to him early. That's how you get to these aces. So it should be a good one. And Eddie's going to face some pretty good guys in that Mets lineup. They really turned around their offense last year.
Numbers there for both starters. Eduardo Rodriguez falling just short of the 20-win mark, 19-6 in 2019. And Jacob deGrom, he has been excellent as he's been top of this New York Mets rotation. As you take a look at Citi Field over the view, and the Red Sox tonight are in their navy blues. As you look at JD Martinez getting loose for this one, JD will be in left field tonight. Andrew Benintendi will lead it off. Benintendi playing center field with the pitcher batting ninth in a National League park. deGrom fires in strike one, and away we go. This should be a lot of fun, guys. Last week we had our own Tim Quitadamo, our manager of Paw Sox Productions, playing in two of the series, which was between the Paw Sox and the Syracuse Mets. And EQ employing his opposite field approach that resulted in 19 hits and 10 strikes out for the first out. Never swings through a fastball.
Sorry, Jim. I think that it's going to be a lot different when you see these major league guys up there facing a guy like DeGrom. Last week, when we did the series opener, Tanner Houck pitched, and it was the Paw Sox players out there, and they had all that success. DeGrom is, simply put, one of the best, if not the best, pitchers in the game, and we're seeing it here early.
I'm going to miss. There's a changeup that just drops off the table, and it's 2-2. Back-to-back strikeouts here for Jacob DeGrom to open the game, and they're 2 away. Bogarts takes downstairs. So Tim Quitadamo playing as the Red Sox, and we should mention we're on the other side for the Mets. It's Syracuse catcher and journeyman big leaguer, longtime catcher at the big league level, Rene Rivera is playing as the New York Mets, a guy who has played a lot at the big league level in his 20th professional season. He's behind the sticks for Syracuse here tonight. That one's grounded foul, first base side.
And no doubt a catcher knows how to pitch, right?
Bogarts in the air to right field. And that one is caught. The final out of the inning. DeGrom sets him down in order as we move to the bottom of the first. Marisnik set to lead it off. Eduardo Rodriguez getting the ball for the Red Sox. As we talked about, Rodriguez was excellent a year ago for the Reds. This deals Jake Marisnik. On the ground, right side, Davis will throw out the speedy center fielder for the first out.
Well, Jim, this series is even at a game apiece. Paw Sox had a 6-0 shutout, game we did last week. But Syracuse, they had a 9-0 shutout of Pawtucket in the one game that Rene Rivera had control.
On the ground right side, Moreland handles out number 2. So 2 quick outs here for Eduardo Rodriguez. And in steps Pete Alonso.
So apparently, guys, we've got 2 pretty good controllers in Tim Quitadamo and Rene Rivera.
Yeah, they can throw.
Dominant scores.
This is the rubber match as we put it off the top of this 3-game set. TQ, as we call them, blanking Syracuse last week, but Rivera responding in his own right, shutting out Pawtucket 9-0 in game 2.
Everything here to Alonso is down. That makes sense with his power.
Quick pace to this one early on. Alonso doing a nice job of spoiling some pitches here from Erod.
And I think we should say, guys, that the reason we're playing with the major league rosters in this head versus head game, Quitadamo versus Rivera, that's just the way MLB The Show is set up.
The air to deep right field. Bradley's back. He won't get it. Ricochets off the wall. Alonso in the second. Relay throw, not in time. Boy, that ended up being a close play on the relay. What looked to be a sure double ended up being pretty close. It's Robinson Cano digging in from the left side in this lefty-lefty matchup. Cano towards the tail end of his career now. Spent the first part of his career on the other side of New York playing for the Yankees. Well, guys, coming up in a little bit, we will be joined by Mike Shawaryn. Time at both levels with the Red Sox and in Pawtucket. He'll join us in about 10 minutes or so, and we're talking to him. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 3. That's how the first inning ends here at Citi Field. We are scoreless through 1. Here with the play-by-play, here's Josh Mauer.
Thank you so much, Jim Kane. Glad to have you along, folks. Martinez, Moreland, and Chavis due up against Mr. DeGrom. Started the game with a couple of strikeouts, did Jacob, and gets JD swinging there. You know, as I was saying, the way that MLB The Show is set up, you can't play head-to-head, competitor versus competitor, with the minor league rosters, so that's why tonight is not the Paw Sox versus Syracuse. We've got the Boston Red Sox representing the Paw Sox. Still 0-2 on JD. But the way that the International E-League has been set up by the commissioners is there's the third strikeout for DeGrom. We're going to be playing 3-game series once a week. Paw Sox and Syracuse starting it off. Next week, Paw Sox have Louisville. Ball 1 to Mitch Moreland.
I like the wrinkle where the third game is a big league game.
Yeah, and it's fun for us. We see the big league atmosphere at Citi Field tonight, and we see the big league players. But this will count in the Paw Sox standing. Moreland gets it in the air to left. The play for J.D. Davis. Back onto the warning. That's the second out, but by far and away, guys, the best piece of contact we've seen thus far off of Jacob DeGrom.
Yeah, DeGrom has hit 100 a couple times already tonight.
So now it's Michael Chavis. He can turn around a fastball. Not that time, though. 99 on the gun from DeGrom, who has retired the first 5 men to come up against him, and there's swinging strike 2. Ball 1 as he laid off the curve. So it's coming off of a terrific rookie season that ended with injury concerns. And there is strikeout for Jacob. Bottom of the second coming up. Scoreless. Quitadamo versus Rene Rivera. I think it's fun to watch a guy like Rene Rivera control the video game. 6-year-old who's got so much playing experience, and obviously he's pretty adept at this.
And he's caught DeGrom for real.
You're saying he knows what to call. J.D. Davis starts it off. Erod gave up a Pete Alonso double in the first, but that was it. That one in the right center, and here comes Benintendi. One gone in the home half of the second inning. Just a little bit more on the schedule for this International E-League. The way we have it set up for the Paw Sox, we hope to play the first game of the series each week on Tuesdays, and then the third game, on Thursday nights. Michael Conforto. Tough lefty-lefty matchup here against Erod. And it's 1-2.
Good change up there from Eddie.
Certainly when you're playing in a head-to-head matchup like this, the pace of the game picks up. Bogarts takes care of Conforto for the second out. And obviously our controllers tonight, they know what they're doing. This is a well-played game thus far. Yeah, here comes Wilson Ramos, popular guy, journeyman catcher. A little late on that one to fall behind 0-1. I think this is a great idea. 10 of the International League's teams are participating in this E-League, the 3-game series going for the next 5 weeks. And we hope to get you an update on the standings as it goes along. Have some fun with it. Crown a champion. Mike, you were suggesting earlier today we could have a World Series.
Yeah, why not?
The virtual World's Championship. There's a base hit. Wilson Ramos goes the opposite way against Eduardo Rodriguez. This is the second inning in a row the Mets put on a 2-out base runner. So now it's Ahmed Rosario, and that's the end of right for Jackie Bradley Jr. A hit, one left. We've got a special guest set to join us as we head to the third inning. Mike Antonellis has the play-by-play, and that Mike is ready to introduce another Mike.
All right, Josh. Thanks a lot. Mike Schwarren, welcome to the broadcast. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
How are you?
Pretty good. Not too bad.
Jackie Bradley Jr. leads it off against Jacob deGrom, and there's out number one. Mike, how you holding up?
The best I can. I'm just down here in Florida, just training, kind of just trying to keep ready,
Christian Vasquez in the pitcher's spot. Well, we heard you got engaged too, so congrats.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a great time. It was last December. She said yes, so that was huge. Yeah, we're really excited.
Hey, Mike, where are you hanging out these days? I know it's kind of weird. Some guys have stayed in Florida. Some guys have gone home. Where are you spending the time in quarantine?
Yeah, I kind of want to shout out my fiance's parents. They've been gracious enough to host us. But it's been great. We're in Central Florida. They have it's been nice. They have a pool and a nice big backyard, so I'm able to train and relax all in the same area. So it's been great.
Hey, we had rain and 40s today, so look out.
Yeah, we had some rain, but I think it was about double that that heat.
Well, that's 8 in a row retired by deGrom. Let's see if Eddie will beat all the odds makers here if he can reach base. Well, maybe he will. Hope for an error from Rosario. Whew. So perfect inning for deGrom, who's retired the first 9, and Mike Schwarren will stay with us as we head to the bottom of the third. Mike, what do you think of this game, by the way? MLB The Show.
I don't really dabble in the show. I like to stick with Warzone, Call of Duty. But I tell you what, one thing's for sure with these video games, each day they get better and better. They keep looking more realistic.
Yeah, I mean, everything about Eddie out there looks like Eddie.
Oh yeah, I can only imagine.
And deGrom strikes out.
Easy pickings there for Eddie Rodriguez, taking care of his fellow pitcher. I bet you, Mike, that at some point you'd like to get into a National League park like this and take some hacks. Am I right? Would you like to get up at the plate at some point?
Yeah. I think as a pitcher, you always like to get that opportunity, to kind of, take a hack with a bat. I don't know if my swing's that good or anything, but I'd sure try and hit him out.
And Marisnik will reach what will be an E6 on Bogarts. Third base runner for the Mets, and Jeff McNeil, who the Mets signed as a minor league free agent not too long ago, and he's been something else. Ball one misses low.
Mike, just wondering if you had a chance to check in with your teammates and, see how they have been handling this and, what's going on in their lives during this.
Yeah. That's one of these things, with this, it's kind of given us a chance to, reach out and kind of see what's up to everybody. But I think we're all kind of doing the same thing. We're just kind of, keeping ourselves in shape, getting ready for whenever it may be, and we're just trying to stay positive and just kind of enjoy each day. I mean, I think too, we're kind of appreciating, this chance we have to kind of spend time with our families, and appreciate just the time being home and spent, like, for example, my fiance and I, we had our first Easter together.
Nice.
So that was nice. So it's kind of giving you a chance to do some things, that maybe during the season you wouldn't be able to. So, I think we're just appreciating that and just staying ready.
Nice 3-6-3 double play that Rodriguez induces. So we're scoreless as we head to the fourth. We have Mike Schwarn with us, and back on the play-by-play, here's Jim Kane.
Mike Antonellis, this is a brisk, as we've mentioned a couple of different times. We are moving right along. The fourth inning now. Top of the order for the Red Sox against Jacob deGrom and Mike Schwarn. I think this is probably a time where you probably don't envy these hitters having to face a guy like Jacob deGrom, huh?
Oh man, yeah, he's got some really good stuff out there. And as a young pitcher, you watch those guys, and we're fortunate enough to have some really good guys on our staff as well. So it's nice to kind of just watch those guys and see how they go about their business. But yeah, I mean, on the flip side, I can't imagine going up there with a bat trying to hit.
Mike, you were talking.
Josh?
I'm sorry, Jim. You were talking earlier, Mike, about how you've got the opportunity to stay loose and work out a little bit where you're staying in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us how your mindset is as Benintendi becomes the first Red Sox player to reach base. A little leadoff single here, but tell us what you're trying to do mentally to be ready for when they call you guys to come back.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is try not to overwork. You're blessed with the opportunity to have all the time in the world to kind of get better and keep working, but at the same time you don't know really yet when that date will be. So I think that's one of the things, and just staying fresh, like that date's going to be coming, but who knows when it is. So you're just trying to do everything you can to build off that small spring training we had, and things to work on from there, and hopefully channel that into whenever the season may start up.
Benintendi had a leadoff single, but fly out, and then the 6-4-3 twin killing end the inning. So it's a quick top of the fourth along to the bottom half, still scoreless, and we're still with Schwarn. And I think this is a question. This is actually a topic we've talked about in these broadcasts over the last couple of weeks. I'm interested to see, baseball players are creatures of habit, right? And the routine and the grind of every day. And that was really tested for you last year as a guy who was a starter pretty much his whole career. And then last year, you really kind of went back and forth between the pen and the rotation. So I'm just curious as to how you went about handling that, because it's something that you had a lot of success doing both of those roles, and that's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah, and I kind of understood that, like it was going into a new opportunity, something I didn't really know about. And I think first and foremost, as a baseball player, you're always trying to improve yourself, improve your game, and it just kind of it gives you another avenue to expand your game, and it was really nice to kind of go up there, and you have really great veteran guys up there that really you can not lean on, but they show you the ropes. If you have any questions, they do a really good job, and even coming back when you can't come back down, you have really good guys in the clubhouse. So it's been great to kind of just pick their brains and just continue to learn and improve.
With Mike Schwarn, it's the top of the fifth, and back with the play-by-play, here's Josh Mauer.
Thank you, Jim. That was the first perfect inning for Eduardo Rodriguez. Well, the Red Sox have had only one base runner against deGrom, but he has faced the minimum through 4 scoreless innings, dealing with JD Martinez, Mitch Moreland, and then Michael Chavis. JD hits that one foul. We certainly thank Mike Schwarn for giving us so much of his time here on this Thursday night. You watching anything good on TV? What are you doing to keep occupied other than just trying to work out and keep loose?
Yeah, I've kind of delved into a little bit of Westworld.
I just started it.
Yeah, it show's pretty captivating. It's pretty good.
It's great.
Yeah, it's wild. Definitely worth the watch. I've watched some pretty good movies. Ford vs. Ferrari is pretty good. 1917, another good one. And then obviously I'm playing some video games here and there. I play a lot of Call of Duty. I play NHL with my cousin from back home, and just trying to have fun. He's trying to stay, have fun a little bit. Watching good movies and playing video games. It's not terrible, but you wish you're out on the field.
Have you become as accustomed to using Zoom as it seems like the rest of the country has?
Yeah, I've done quite a few. Yeah, it's been nice though. Using it to connect with family, family and friends. So it's been nice to I've been able to see my parents, see some extended family as well. So it's been good in the aspect of keeping us together and seeing people.
2 outs and an 0-2 count on Michael Chavis. A strikeout victim is first time, and the strikeout victim is second time. 2 in a row in the K category for DeGrom. Halfway through this game, still scoreless between Boston and the Mets. Wilson Ramos, Ahmed Rosario, and then the pitcher DeGrom coming up against Eduardo Rodriguez. Mike Shawaryn is our guest. Josh Maurer with Mike Antonellis and Jim Kane. And there's a leadoff base hit. Wilson Ramos is 2 for 2. And Mike, you're from New Jersey, and that has been one of the hardest hit states with the coronavirus. How's everybody in your family? Is everybody okay?
Yeah. Fortunately, yes. We're just they're trying to do their best to just keep social distancing and stay as safe as possible up there. But I feel for all of them. Especially being a little bit further away. You have that little angst, but I know they're up there and they're doing well. So it's been calm.
That's the best news of all. Everybody's doing okay.
Yeah.
All right. How about Rene Rivera going with the sacrifice attempt from DeGrom here with 2 on and nobody out? And he gets an 0-2 bunt down. How about that? And Devers does get the lead runner. So the sacrifice not successful, but Ramos does go to third. He got him on the corners after a fielder's choice bunt. And Jake Marisnick will try to drive in the game's first run.
And you see the difference with the NL to AL. The ninth hitter is usually bunting in the NL.
Marisnick 0 for 2, a couple of ground balls. He did reach on a fielding error back in the third inning.
Unless it's Bumgarner, he's hitting.
1-2 pitch. On the ground to short. Can they turn 2? Bogarts to second, 1. Relay to first. And it is the Mets getting a run. They didn't get it there in time from Chavis. It's a fielder's choice for Marisnick to make it 1-0 New York. They just beat out the play at first base. Now, Mike, it's been so good to have you here for these few innings. And before we let you go, any other messages that you wanted to give to Boston or Pawtucket fans who are out there waiting for baseball and kind of biding their time until the national pastime comes back?
Yeah, just we're all working together here, and you want to stay as safe as possible, and just know that we'll be back whenever that is. We don't know yet, but we'll be back. So just continue to stay safe, and we'll see you when we see you.
Good message.
And we hope it's certainly sooner rather than later.
Yes, of course.
Certainly reports coming out as McNeil hits one to Chavis to end the inning. There's reports that Major League Baseball is thinking about getting it going. Hopefully, maybe by June, July, we'll see. Mike Shawaryn, thanks so much. We'll let you enjoy the rest of your Thursday night. And appreciate you giving us your time.
Of course, guys. Anytime. Have a good one, guys.
You too.
Thanks.
A run for the Mets, who now have a 1-0 lead into the sixth. And here is Mike Antonellis.
All right, Josh Maurer, thanks a lot. Just one Red Sox hit, Andrew Benintendi in the fourth. DeGrom is dealing. That was a slow fastball there, 97. He's been 98 to 100. Jackie flied out his first time. And look at the visuals, too, of Citi Field. I mean, they really replicated these parks nicely. And Jackie will be aboard with the base hit to start the sixth. And the go-ahead run will bat. Red Sox have a rally. Leadoff hit. But DeGrom will get a fly out of Vasquez, who's now 0 for 2.
Yeah, now playing from behind, Mike. The pressure really goes onto these Boston hitters. Rodriguez was matching zeros with DeGrom until that bottom of the fifth.
And he gets the bunt down to third. McNeil to second. Out there. Throw to first is late. Boy, I never would have figured that Eduardo Rodriguez would be 0 for 2, but no strikeouts. Benintendi. And it's 0-1.
And Jim, you can really see that Tim Quitadamo's strategy of swinging at the first pitches. I think it's been every batter in this inning going up there hacking. That worked for him last week against the computer.
Well, when you're going up against not only Jacob deGrom, but a guy in Rene Rivera who's got big league experience and is a catcher, that just makes it all the more difficult.
And I'm glad Tim's not going to get no hit. 99 in on Benintendi. Devers would hit next.
You got to figure out a way to get into the bullpen, right?
Yes. In the hole, that's a base hit. So the Red Sox will have 2 on. And Andrew Benintendi, that's a great piece of hitting. It's a lot like the real Andrew going the other way. Now Devers hits the first pitch to left field. It's the center fielder, Marisnik, and the Red Sox can't score despite 2 hits. And they trail 1-0, as you see, after 5.5 here at Virtual City Field in Game 3 of this series. And guys, a good ball game here tonight.
It certainly is, and you got to want maybe the next time the Red Sox get some runners on if they try to sacrifice again. And it sounds obvious, but runs are going to be hard to come by here, and the Red Sox are going to have to scratch and claw their way to get a run to tie this game.
Yeah, and Josh, like you said, they need to get into that bullpen of the Mets.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's going to be much scoring off of DeGrom the way that he's been working.
And Pete Alonso with a single, making him 2 for 3 with a double. The Mets had that wave of pitching prospects with Syndergaard, Wheeler, and DeGrom, and there's so many. And then Alonso was that guy they thought would be a position player because they weren't developing many. There's a foul ball. When you hit as many home runs as Alonso, you get instant attention.
I don't know about you, Mike, but for me, in seeing a lot of those prospects come through, first the Eastern League, I was most breathtaken by Noah Syndergaard. Maybe than any other pitcher I had seen come through there.
I've still told people he's the best minor league pitcher I've ever seen because he was 19 in Double-A. And the Mets got him for R.A. Dickey. Base hit the center.
You know, third time through the order, too, guys. You can see that Rene Rivera and de facto his Mets, they've gotten a better idea about how to attack Eddie.
Guys, this is a huge spot here for both teams, with it being a 1-run game, 2 on, nobody out. You feel like you can't give up just a run. J.D. Davis 0 for 2, and he held up.
I was wondering if Rene Rivera would have him bunt like they did with the pitcher last inning, but no, not this time.
And I guess a good decision. That one's in the gap. Alonso has scored. Benintendi gets it in. Throw to third base, and now they get the runner held up. And now Vasquez will get the out there. Are they going to get a double play? This is going to be huge.
Wow.
And that was 8, 9, 15, 3, 6, something.
I don't know about you guys. I lost total track of that.
Yeah, double play. But that's a break for Tim.
Yeah, that's a big mistake by Rene Rivera, huh?
Yes. So Alonso will score, Cano and Davis will be cut down on the bases. Michael Conforto. He is grounded out and popped out. That's a good start for Eddie if he gets through this, and he will, as Jackie Bradley Jr. lines it up. So the Mets had 3 straight hits, leading to just 1 run, but a big one. They lead 2-0 after 6. As we head to the late frames, here's Jim Kane.
You see the 8 hits there, Mike Antonellis, for the Mets. You got to wonder if maybe Rodriguez is tiring. We did see Marcus Walden start to get loose in the Red Sox pen, but Jacob deGrom going strong for New York. Bogarts, J.D. Martinez, and Mitch Moreland are the 3 due up here in the 7th inning. I'll hold off to the right. And guys, to go back to the conversation we were having last half inning about the Mets and Syndergaard coming through their system, this was a rotation. They were on the cover of Sports Illustrated back in the day, and Matt Harvey too. And people thought 1 through 4, perhaps 1 through 5, this was going to be a stacked rotation. But if you look at it now, even with Syndergaard going under the knife, the lone guy left is Jacob deGrom. Guard strikes out swinging.
And he was not highly regarded like the other guys were, like Harvey, Wheeler, and Syndergaard when he was in the minor leagues.
Is in the air to right center. And that ball is caught, making the grab for out number 2.
I thought it was interesting that the Mets let Zach Wheeler go as a free agent after last season. Philadelphia Phillies gave him a $100 million contract, but that was the guy who really seemed to be coming into the prime of his career.
Moreland gets into one, but hooks it foul. Had the distance, but foul. There's a beautiful fastball that just misses.
Yeah, just missed.
On the ground to third. McNeil throws out Moreland. It's another 1-2-3 frame. deGrom as we hit the 7th inning stretch at Citi Field. Mets leading 2-0, and Eduardo Rodriguez, his night is done. See there, Marcus Walden, the new pitcher for Ron Renicky and the Red Sox. Walden was a guy who Sox fans definitely familiar with. He spent a lot of time on the McCoy Stadium mound. And here he is getting the call in relief of Rodriguez, guys who the Red Sox in the game gave up that run last inning, but I think against a guy like Jacob deGrom to have this be a 2-run game, I think you'll definitely take it.
Yeah.
No walks. And
yeah.
Sorry, Mike, no walks for Eddie. He only had 2 strikeouts, but I think you're right, Jim. He did a good job, and just that single run in the 5th and then another run in the 6th.
Yeah, I think it lets you live late in the game. If he had given up 4 runs, this probably would be game over.
Now, is this pause Rene Rivera doing a little advanced scouting on Marcus Walden?
That's a good point.
Could be.
Or a bathroom break.
Walden, time to warm up.
Hey, you never know. Maybe Rene Rivera's got some family duties going on at home. Has to take a little respite here from our E-League action.
Looks like we're ready to go now. As bottom third of the Mets order, Wilson Ramos threw a first pitch, followed by Ahmed Rosario. Jacob deGrom spots due up third.
You wouldn't
I
think
he would stay in this game at the way that he's going.
I was going to say, Jimbo, I didn't think that Rene Rivera would have the gumption to pinch hit for him. But now that they've got a man on base, maybe he'll have to think about it.
Off man aboard in the form of Ramos after that single up the middle. And here's Ahmed Rosario. Got up to third. To second for 1. On to first, they turn it. 5-4-3. Devers to Chavis. Grom will bat with the bases clear and 2 down. Two to nothing Mets here in the 7th in Game 3 International E-League Series. This is the rubber match between these two teams. Right back to Walden. The inning is over. Walden gives up the leadoff single, then gets the double play and a ground out. Along to the 8th. Red Sox with some work to do, trailing by a pair. Back to Mike Antonelli. Josh Maumauer, I should say, for the play-by.
I'll take it. Thanks, Jim. Chavis, Bradley, and Vasquez against Mr. DeGrom. You can see 77 pitches, and number 78 is hit the left. J.D. Davis at the fence. He could not get it. It's a home run for Chavis. Wow, and the Boston Red Sox have gotten back within a run. How about that? Just over the left field wall.
That is huge.
Well, Michael Chavis. I was talking about it earlier, guys. What a rookie season he had before the injury issues shut him down. Popped up here by Bradley. And a play for the catcher Ramos. So there's the first out for DeGrom.
And the fact that he had to play second base in the big leagues, something he's really done. It's hard enough to play up there.
You can see some more bullpen activity getting loose for Boston. Boston playing for the Paw Sox here tonight, as we will do on our Thursday nights in the E-League.
Guys, how about Tim? First pitch approach, he stuck with it through this 8th inning here. Hadn't worked out, but that was the first pitch, a 98-mile-an-hour fastball that Chavis turned around.
It's a great point, and Jim, Chavis had struck out in relatively quick order each of the first 2 times he had the ground. So now
he wasn't waiting around to
run at the plate.
Get struck out for a 3rd time, that's for sure.
Who has struck out and flown shallow to center. So we've got a pinch hitter here. It is Jonathan Lucroy, newcomer. He'll bat for Marcus Walden. This is the pitcher spot, and we are playing in a National League park, so pitchers are in the lineups for these teams. So Lucroy coming in to face DeGrom, 2-1. Still hitting 98 on the gun here as we play in the 8th inning and as he approaches 90 pitches. The 2-2. Oh.
Wow, what a take.
No kidding, huh? 3-2. And it's ball 4. How about that?
In front.
I mean, how good was that, Jim Kane, for Jonathan Lucroy?
Patience from Lucroy to come off the bench cold in the 8th inning with DeGrom still bringing the heat. What an at-bat.
There you go.
Mike Antonellis doing a little backseat driving here.
Yes. That's a tying run. You got to get Lucroy out of there.
So the runner at first, we'll see who is going to be called in. Going to be Jonathan Arauz. That's another newcomer to the Red Sox organization. Wow, how about this? Rene Rivera is going to the bullpen, and he's going to the former New York Yankee, Dellin Betances. Benintendi in the left field. Davis has it. Oh, that was a bid at his 3rd hit of the game, but Benintendi's ball is caught. So a runner stranded, but Chavis has homered to make this a 1-run game as we head to the home 8th here at Citi Field. And after pinch hitting for Marcus Walden, Tim Quitadamo has to bring in a new pitcher. Here comes Matt Barnes. The big, tall right-hander, familiar, up there facing the top of the Mets batting order. Marisnik is 0 for 3 with 3 ground balls. That one in the left center field, carrying well. Martinez, he's got it. Nice play. JD, who does not play the outfield that much these days. Josh Mauer, I'm the one talking. Mike Antonellis, Jim Kane with you. Our next game will be Tuesday. This will be the first time we have a Tuesday Paw Sox Twitch broadcast. So check all of our social media channels for that information and how you can watch us against Louisville starting that series on Tuesday night. McNeil 1 for 3. And that's at third base play for Devers. 2 out.
Big inning here for the Red Sox, of course. Can't give up any more runs.
Due up in the ninth, it'll be Devers, Bogarts, and Martinez. So against Dellin Betances, as Moreland makes that catch, the Red Sox will have a chance. We're going to the ninth inning, down just the run with the big bats coming up. Mike, take us home.
All right, Josh, thanks a lot. Hopefully we have some magic from Tim Quitadamo on the sticks here. As it'll be Devers, Bogarts, and JD Martinez, the big hitters. And intriguing signing. Well, I was going to say Dellin Betances, he's out, and Seth Lugo, just see his repertoire. Look at that, 5 pitches, guys.
I thought they might stay with Betances. He only faced the one hitter.
Devers on a first pitch lines the center, and the Red Sox are in business to start the ninth. And Bogarts will bat. And Lugo to Bogarts, and the Red Sox are loving this. Bobbled out there by Conforto, but there'll be 2 on, nobody out. And guys, I think Lugo is definitely a downgrade from the 2 previous guys that have pitched.
This was pretty good. Interesting move by Rene Rivera.
Martinez, double play. And I can only imagine Tim Quitadamo's angst back in his studio.
3-6-3, guys. We've seen a couple of those turn today. So now it's down to Moreland.
And Moreland fouls it off.
Tying run is at third, though.
And Rafael Devers, anything will get him home. Ooh, that was up, that breaking ball.
Oh, I bet Mitch would like to have that one back, or TQ would like to have that one back.
Red Sox down to their final strike. Moreland to second base, Cano with it. And the New York Mets have won, and Syracuse has won this series 2-1 with a 2-1 win tonight. Jacob deGrom, man, 8 2/3, 9 strikeouts. Eduardo Rodriguez with the loss as you see the Mets celebrate. But guys, that was a good game.
It was a terrific game. I mean, talk about a pitcher's duel. That's what we thought we were going to get, and that's what we got. Jacob deGrom, arguably the best pitcher in all of baseball. I don't think many people would argue that, but he was outstanding tonight. He had his best stuff. Red Sox looked overmatched against him for the majority of that game, but you also have to give credit to Eduardo Rodriguez, as we talked about, guys, for keeping the Red Sox in it. And they had the tying run at third base, just couldn't pull it off.
And Josh,
we've seen. I'm sorry, Mike.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say that we've seen some really thrilling games doing this for 4 weeks now on these Thursday evenings. All but one of the games has come right down to the final bat.
Yeah, great defense. The Red Sox had a chance there in that 9th inning. The lone bright spot was Michael Chavis. Josh, you were on the call for that, a home run for him. So that was it for the Red Sox.
Yeah, and that's disappointing after you get the big win, 6-0 to start this E-League. Rene Rivera just too much for the Paw Sox, and then for Tim Quitadamo tonight, TQ will try to figure out a way to get a semblance of his dignity back when he takes on Louisville next week at, I think, 7 or 5 o'clock. We'll check in with you, but Tuesday night to start that series against the Louisville Bats.
And I will say, guys, I think that he would definitely prefer the quick turnaround as opposed to waiting a whole week to get back at it. Just to go back on Tuesday, I'm sure TQ's already chomping at the bit.
All right, we'll wrap it up, guys. Final score: Mets beat Boston 2-1. Syracuse takes the series in the International E-League 2-1 as Rene Rivera representing Syracuse beats Pawtucket's Tim Quitadamo. For Josh Mauer, Jim Kane, and Mike Antonellis, see us on Tuesday on Twitch. Pawtucket starts a 3-game series with Louisville. Good